This might be the best building mod I think I've ever used, and nobody's really talking about it. You see, Building Gadgets 2 isn't just about placing blocks faster. This thing can copy houses, move entire builds, or destroy massive areas instantly, and even undo your mistakes like your parents once tried to do with you. If you like building at all in Minecraft, you need to know how this mod works, so let's get into it. Alright, to start out with, this mod adds 8 new items to Minecraft. So first we have the Building Gadget, then the Copy Paste Gadget, the Cut Paste Gadget, the Destruction Gadget, the Exchanging, the Template, the Redprint, and the Template Manager. So let's go ahead and actually just talk about the Building Gadget first. So, hello. So to use the Building Gadget, all you have to do is come to whatever block you want to use, shift right click, and then as you can see, it is now going to start building with the gold block. Now right now this is on the setting of build to me, and if you're wondering how I opened this radio menu, just come into your settings and go into controls and keybind and go all the way down until you find the Building Gadgets 2. Set that over to whatever you want it to be. For me it's going to be R, and as you can see, when I hold R down, it opens the radio menu. So some of these settings right here are actually going to be pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go ahead and talk about them each really quickly. So with the stairs ones, as you can see right here, you can increase or decrease the size. If you select anchor, and then you can look at whatever block you are looking at, it will anchor it to that block. And then you can look and see how big your build is going to be. And then you can increase or decrease the size of your build. And then once you unanchor it again, it will increase that size, but it doesn't seem to increase it while it's anchored. So as you can see, I'm decreasing it now and it's not doing anything. Next up, let's talk about the surface, and this is your floor. And as you can see right here, some of that grass is actually dirt. So if you wanted that to actually be filled in as well, then what you would do is actually come over to this fuzzy icon right here and just select that to be turned on. And then as you can see now, this fuzzy icon is on, then it'll fill in everything regardless if the blocks are different or not. If you turn it back off, it'll fill in only the blocks that are the same. And if I move out of the number 1 slot over to the number 2 slot, you can see that this is grass and that is dirt. So if I'm looking at the grass, it only wants to fill that. If I'm looking at the dirt, it only wants to fill that. Another thing to note is this connected area piece does not seem to be working. I was asking ChatGPT, I was asking GitHub, I was all over the internet trying to figure this out. And so far, it just doesn't seem to be working in this version of the mod, so there's no reason for me to even talk about that more than what I just did. If you come over into the bottom left here, this is going to be the animation that is played. So my favorite is the snap, and it's what Thanos used when he had all of the Infinity Stones, and as you can see, it just brings them right in. And now that I actually have a floor, what you can do is come back and actually go to the undo section, and then it'll actually remove all of the blocks that you just placed. Next up, let's talk about the vertical column, and this is exactly what it sounds like it would be. After that, let's talk about the vertical wall, and this is also what it sounds like it would be. And as you can see, I can just place the wall right there, and there we go. Right here is the build to me, so however far I am away from the starting block is how far it will build to me. I think it goes up to 30 or 31. Next is a grid, and as you can see, it is just a grid pattern, and if I place it here, then you can just place whatever grid you want to place. After that is the horizontal wall, so it's basically a floor or a ceiling, so if I just place that right there, as you can see, it will place all of those blocks there. Next up, let's talk about how to bind your inventory, and this is, I guess, more for survival, but this particular video is going to focus more on creative, because this is a more, I would think, creative mod. So all you have to do is select bind inventory here, shift right click onto any block that is an inventory, so this chest for example, and as you can see, there's a blue border around this chest, and now the inventory is bound. So if you are building something out of, say, gold blocks, then as long as you had gold blocks in here, you can just take those, place them in here, and you'll be set to go. All right, next up, let's go ahead and talk about the Copy Paste Gadget, and this one is a little bit more confusing than I would like it to be for the explanation in this video, but I'm going to do my best anyways. So to start out, let's go ahead and just shift right click on our first block, and as you can see, it says 0 blocks copied. Now this gadget is a little finicky, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's see. So it did actually work, and you can see that it's visualized by all of the or by this green border here. So sometimes it doesn't work, and say if I wanted to start over here, it starts from that block there and then just copies these blocks. So, and then what I would do is just shift right click again to start over, and then I could come back over here to the topmost of this block, and that is kind of the way that you would be able to reset your build if you needed to. All right, so after you copied your build, all you need to do is hold down your radial menu button, go to paste, and as you can see, it is now going to paste. But there's a problem, and the problem is that it's in the ground. So what we need to do here is come down to the setting menu, and then select the Y setting, which is how tall it is, and then just place it there. And then the X and Z coordinates are there to bring it closer or further, or left or right. So we can just confirm that there. And if we want to see what the build looks like, all you need to do is anchor it to whatever block you're looking at. You can see that when it is being placed, that there's a little bit of Z fighting here, and that is because there's actually textures on the inside here. So if you look, it actually does have a floor. So when I come back over here, you can see that it's Z fighting because it wants to place the floor there. So assuming you want to copy your entire build, all you have to do is press the replace blocks button over here. And once that is enabled, it'll delete all of the blocks here. You don't get them back. It just voids them entirely. So after we've configured this exactly how we want, go ahead and just press right click. And as you can see, it deleted those blocks and then added our floor back. So that is pretty cool. Now this also has the undo button. So if you don't like it, then you can just undo it, but it will leave the floor empty. It also has the bind inventory button, the different animation button. It shows you how many materials you need if you're going to be building this in survival. You have the ray trace fluids. You also can rotate it. So if I actually remove this, and then I can show you that it can be rotated. So there we go. That way, and that way. You have the settings menu, which we went over already. And then if you deselect the replace blocks, then all the blocks that were in the floor, or if it's combining with anything else, like maybe a wall, those blocks will remain there inside, protruding inside of your build. Next up, let's talk about the cut paste gadget. And this one is also a little tricky. So if you go ahead and start here, you shift right click, but it doesn't say anything. And then you come over here and just regular right click. You can see with this red border that everything inside the red border will be cut. That means it's going to destroy everything here, and you're going to be able to place it somewhere else. So to do this successfully, all you need to do is press the cut button in the radial menu here, and then it's going to destroy everything, as you can see, except it doesn't take the doors, and if you are using trapdoors, it'll reset their open close state. So now we can see that this is the topmost of the build, so we just need to bring this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll bring it up to Y level 3, and then we'll go ahead and paste it there. And now, as you can see, everything is exactly as it was. It is just moved over. Now you have all the rest of the settings here except the undo button, so you can't move it from here back to here just by pressing the undo button, and then you have all of the rest of the settings here. Next up, let's talk about the destruction gadget, and this one's pretty self-explanatory, but let's go over it really quickly here. So if I wanted to destroy this entire house, I would actually come into this setting, which is exact same button as the radial menu setting, and make sure my depth is at least 1. And then, as you can see here, when I go to destroy things, it will destroy them just like that, but you don't get them back. So if you're going to be destroying something, make sure it's not important. Make sure it's not a diamond block, for example. Now, another thing we can do is actually increase our stats all the way up on each side, and then increase our depth as well. And just to be clear, this also has an undo button, so if you accidentally fuck up, then it's going to be right here. So just go ahead and press right click, and as you can see, it is destroying all of the wall that we just built. And it also destroyed the floor underneath. So just because I don't want the floor to be destroyed, I'm just going to undo this really quick. And then you can be more exact with it, like if you put the depth to only 1, then you can just destroy the entire floor, and that is it. Like, it won't destroy anything underneath it. So let me go ahead and just undo that as well. Obviously, if the depth is up to 16, then it's going to destroy 16 blocks underneath what you're looking at. Another thing is a setting called Affect Block Entities. So if you turn this on and then you go to try to destroy this chest, it will allow you to destroy it. But if you turn it off, it will not allow you to destroy it. Next up, let's talk about the exchanging gadget. And this is one of my favorites, actually. So say we want to exchange the house to be made out of diamond blocks. Go ahead and shift right click on the diamond block, and as you can see, it will start trying to replace whatever you're looking at. But right now it's only on 1 block. So what we want to do is actually increase the range all the way up to 15. So now it is going to replace all of those blocks with diamond blocks all the way around. But as you can see right here, it's only going to replace the acacia planks. It's not going to replace the birch planks. So to do that, what we actually need to do is turn fuzzy on once again, and then as you can see, it's going to start replacing the ground as well. So let's go ahead and decrease this until it's not replacing the ground anymore. So it's going to be 5, and then we just place that right there. And now, as you can see, it is replacing everything except the ground now. Now you can also do this in a vertical column, a grid pattern, or a horizontal row, but I think the surface setting is the most important. You can also undo it if you want to, and it'll replace the blocks that were originally there. You can anchor it, and again, the connected area doesn't seem to be working, and then you can change your animation as well. Next up, let's talk about the template and the Redprint. And all I have to say about the Redprint is that it doesn't seem to be working correctly. It's supposed to save the settings that you have on the gadgets, but I don't think it's working, or maybe I just haven't figured it out because I'm not necessarily that smart. So if you guys know if that's working or not, leave a comment down in the comments below. But for now, we're just going to kind of ignore that because, quite frankly, it's not really useful in our situation anyways. And let's talk more about the template. And as you can see, I already have one in here of the house that we're playing with. And so basically what this is if you want to use, say, we're going to use a copy paste, and let's go ahead and copy here and then copy up here. So it's going to copy the entire build. And then from there, we can come over to our template manager, and I place the copy paste tool right inside there, place the template inside of here, and then you can name it whatever you like. So I'm going to name it like and sub. So make sure you guys do that, then save it. And as you can see, it is now the new build that we had just placed over there. So now we can take this out and do whatever we want to it. And we can actually destroy this. And if I went and grabbed another one from over here, and now it's not going to have anything. As you can see, I'm trying to use it, and it's not going to have anything. So instead, what I'm going to do is place the like and subscribe back inside of there. And then I'm going to press the load button. Now, this is called like and subscribe as well as this. And then when you come back over here and start trying to paste, it is going to paste the settings that you saved inside of the template. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. And today's tutorial was pretty simple, but I still hope it brought you guys some value. So if you guys did make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want me to cover any other mods, be sure to drop that down in the comments below, and I will do my best to make sure you guys get your tutorial. All right, guys, I'm Avo. Peace.